IRS Offer and Compromise program settles your tax debt for less than what you owe to the IRS in back taxes. Although there's 3 types of offers in compromise, the one that you're thinking of is the doubt as to collectability program. And in plain English, what this means is there's no way in hell you could afford to repay back what you owe the IRS. There's no way to liquidate your assets, and your net disposable monthly income is way too low to set up a payment arrangement to fully pay back the IRS. My name is Sergio Melendez. I'm an IRS enrolled agent, Juris Doctorate. I am entering my 20th year in the tax profession. Throughout this time, I did become an enrolled agent, and I also got my Juris Doctorate. I have successfully resolved and settled out hundreds of millions of dollars on behalf of my clients as their power of attorney. And each client that I do onboard, I review for the qualifications if you qualify for the Offer and Compromise program. But there are many factors. In theory, it sounds easy. You owe money, you want to offer the IRS, and hopefully they accept, and they forgive out the rest. So the idea is simple enough. But what does it take to get there? Several steps, and I guess the first step that's overlooked is your mentality. You have to look deep down inside and say, you know what? I will do whatever it takes for me to fix my problem. And if that's your attitude, then proceed with the following steps. And the next step is such a bore because you have to understand your whole circumstances and you have to fix any mistakes that you're currently doing. Correct your bad habits. And I know this is not something you want to hear, but in order to fix this problem, it's not about what you want to hear. It's what you need to hear. So this step is to fix your problem with a pre-resolution checklist, which is understand the breakdown of the IRS tax balances. Year by year breakdown. Did you file, not file? What is the current tax balance you owe? Taxes, interest, and penalties broken down year by year. And you have to fix all the root causes. If you have a job, you just don't have enough taxes withheld, start withholding the correct amount of taxes. If you're self-employed or business owner, you got to make estimated tax payments. And also keep your books in order. This way you have organized financials and also minimize the risk of audit. Now picture this, you do not need to have any new problems. If you settle out things right now, what happens in 2 years, 3 years? You do not want all of this coming right back to you. After this, you have to be in tax filing compliance. You cannot have any unfiled missing tax returns. Once you're all caught up, afterwards, you want to evaluate one key aspect regarding tax debt, and that is when does the IRS no longer have a right to collect and when they will write off everything down to zero? Because that does happen. It's called the automatic forgiveness. It takes the IRS 10 years to automatically forgive whatever you do owe. Here's how it ties into the Offer and Compromise program. If your tax debt is really old, it's over 9 years old, over 8.5 years old, it is right around the corner before the IRS writes the balance off down to zero. And if that's the case, the Offer and Compromise program is not the best solution for you. You want to stick to an alternative program. But if this is a fresh balance due to the IRS, you definitely want to see if you qualify for the Offer and Compromise program. But if the balance is fresh with the IRS, you would want to evaluate whether the Offer and Compromise program is the best one for you. And here's where you could use the calculator just to get the basics to see if you do qualify for it and see if it's worthwhile for you. The official calculation, although done on a 433 AOIC, you could use a quick and easy calculator that we provide. Just check out the link and take a look at what your assets are, your income and expenses are to see if it's worthwhile to proceed with the tax documents and submission of the Offer and Compromise program. And if so, there's probably 2 different aspects regarding the OIC. The first one is the technicality aspect of it. Do you qualify? Does the calculation make sense for you to submit an offer? And if so, did you engineer the right way to submit the Offer and Compromise program? Then on the other side is the procedural part. What is the process and procedure for you to navigate through the entire Offer and Compromise program? Both of which I am an expert on. However, if all of this does not make sense, you want to see what's the best possible way for you to come out ahead with the IRS, even if it's not with the Offer and Compromise program. We may look into alternative solutions such as reconsideration of an audit, reconsideration of an SFR tax return, perhaps other financial hardship programs, the CNC program or the hardship payment plan, or perhaps it's some kind of equitable relief like the Innocent Spouse Relief Program. So regarding resolving your IRS tax debt, we want to evaluate to see if you qualify for the best possible way to resolve your issues. We provide a free case review. You could call 24/7 to schedule the appointment, or my calendar link is available online. You can click, fill out a couple pieces of information, and we could book the appointment one-on-one. So let's go ahead and get started and review your case.